Hello, Jen here. Before I start talking too much, I just want to apologize if I happen to start to lose my voice by the end of this voiceover. I'm um, fighting off a cold, I think, and I can't guarantee that I'll be able to talk for a full 10 minutes, but we'll see. I'm going to do my best. So this is a really quick layout that I wanted to just start filming more of these and maybe do a bit of a series on layouts that I do that only take me, 10 or 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Usually I have an excess of pictures, and so I will do my project life, and then I might pick a few really nice pictures and do really nice layouts with those. And then if I have extra pictures, I still want those in my album, but I don't mind sort of doing just really quick layouts that more or less just serve to get them into the albums. So that's what this is. The paper I'm using is from Pebbles. So I have 3 pieces there. I have the wood grain, and then I have this really nice soft pink, and then I have this sort of teal, and it's got flowers on it. It's really pretty. And I couldn't decide which paper I wanted to use, so I decided this was a good way to get all 3 of them used up. And I still have lots of leftovers that I can use for another project. And the pictures I have here, I'm going to put all 3 pictures onto one layout so that I get all 3 of them scrapped. They don't really have an extra story that hasn't already been told. I just wanted to have them as part of her birthday story, so it was important to me to get them onto a layout in some way. So I'm just using a white piece of cardstock, just a really cheap piece actually, to hold my papers together. And then here I just have a whole bunch of random ephemera and die cuts. It's all stuff that I keep in one of those little 4x6 iris containers, and it's just filled with my sort of girly pink stuff. Most of them are from My Mind's Eye, and I think a couple of them are from the Girl Talk collection from October Afternoon. And normally I wouldn't use all of them on one layout, but I thought for this one I was just going to throw them all on there. Why not? It gets my stash used up, and it's a different type of layout, something that I haven't done before really, so I thought I would just roll with it. So I've taken the little pieces of border strips from the bottom of the papers that I cut, and because they both have the same color of black, like a really soft, almost gray black, I'm just going to use one to the side of the pictures there, and it sort of grounds the pictures because they look a little bit like they're floating until I put that there. And then I'm going to use the other one down at the bottom just to give sort of a third cluster. So you could think of the straight line going down between the wood grain paper and the pink paper as one cluster, sort of centering around the picture frames, and then one on the other side of the photos and one down at the bottom. And so here I'm just going to take all of those die cuts and try and piece them all together. I just don't want to have a perfectly straight line, and I don't want to have any trapped space. So I'm just going to try and squish everything in so it looks like it sort of just all fell magically into place, exactly where it was supposed to. And that frame is a chipboard frame, and it's actually from Heidi Swap, and it brings just a little bit of dimension to the page. And on that little speech bubble, it's the perfect spot for just a little bit of journaling. So that will stay there. I was toying with using the other side, but I like that it's a bit lighter on the one side. And I think that little speech bubble says, "My girl." This typewriter has XOXO on it, and it's a good match for the teal paper, so I thought that was nice to sort of break up all of that pink. And then I'm putting some stuff above the pink paper and some stuff underneath it to sort of, again, build texture and give some interest. And everything says something to do with either, a lovely day, or oh, happy day, or something cute, little sentiments like that. And then I put this little fabric cupcake down at the bottom, so now I have 3 little spots of that teal blue to sort of, again, give some interest and bring that blue into another spot other than just the paper. And I think I got that cupcake in a pocket letter, so I apologize, I can't tell you who made it. And then down here at the bottom, just off screen, I'm just putting together that little cluster of paper, and then this die cut was a little bit too thick, so I cut it a little bit thinner, and I fishtailed both ends, and it just says "Lovely Day." And now I'm putting some pop dots underneath that typewriter so that it will stand up because it's on top of the chipboard frame. And every time I pushed down on it, it wanted to peel up from the frame. And I'm just taking those 2 pieces that I cut off of the circles, and I'm putting them on the other side there. So again, it just gives those pictures a little more grounding, so they don't look like they're just floating. This is really shimmery, sparkly washi tape. It's really beautiful. It's sort of a champagne color, and I think it's the right softness to go with all of these papers. It's so nice. And of course, a birthday layout has to have a little bit of glitter in it, so I'm going to put this in a few different spots around the layout, again trying to get my groupings of 3s, so into each cluster. And then with that little piece that I have left over, I'm going to cut some banners and put that into the frame. It just fills up the space in the frame a little bit more. So I'll cut them at 2 different lengths and pop them in there. And I think it's just nice to sort of fill it up. I was toying with maybe putting one on the outside of the frame, but I like them both on the inside like that. And then lastly, I have a little bit of this string that also came in a pocket letter. And so it was the right color of pink, and it had some white in it, so I thought it would work well. And of course I want to put it in my 3 clusters, so here I'm going to tie a little bow. Oh, you can see my camera trying to focus on my hands. So I'll put a little bow down at the bottom, and then by the frames I'm just going to wrap it around a bunch of times. I didn't put glue over the entire frame, so there was a little space that I could slide it through. And I'll just keep wrapping it around and tie it off. And that gives a little bit of extra texture there. Perfect. And then I'm going to take one last little chunk of it, and I'm just going to squish it all up and use a little bit of glue to hold it in place above that last sort of cluster area. So just a really quick and simple layout. I do these quite a lot because my schedule doesn't always allow for me to invest more than 20 minutes to half an hour to get a layout done. So I'm starting to really embrace these quick layouts where I don't think too much, I just do. Anyways, if you guys are enjoying them, please let me know and I will keep filming them. And until next time, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Happy scrapping, everybody. Bye.